Guess who's back? Harambe, you here?
Present. It's our key. Rar.
See, there's an echo when it's on. I don't know. Law Dog?
Present.
Falcon's not here.
We have a sit-in.
I like it.
We got to get that echo
I
figured
know.
out.
It just started doing it, man. It's kind of annoying.
It's been doing it from the beginning.
Oh, we forgot my new sound.
What?
Baker, can you tell
Yes, sir.
can you tell Luke why I have a train horn?
I can't remember. Supposed to remember this?
We were just talking about it this morning.
Oh, because you want to ride on a train?
No. That was this afternoon. It's because I'm running a freight train here, and you're either on the team and you get on the train, or you get the hell off and get left behind.
Well, that's whack.
I
We're going to need a better sound.
I didn't bring my waders. Do I need to bring my waders in? It's pretty deep.
Mr. Bart.
What it do?
So
I'm looking in here. I don't know where my eyes are going.
you can your eyes are right here, bro, right next to this camera. Look how handsome you are, dude.
I got shaved up for it.
I was gonna ask you if you got a haircut for the podcast. You shaved up.
Yeah, it was all for the podcast, except for the day I came back. I was like, I need a haircut, shave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The whole nine.
Everything shaved.
Really?
Like
Brazilian?
like a glass bottle.
Right.
A 2-liter.
Like a 2-liter.
It's more like those 3 liters at Dollar General.
Great blast.
Hey, so before we get into all the stuff that we want to talk about with you, this has been you have been scheduled here for several months, and last time we tried, I thought you were home, but you were in a different place, and we'll talk about that because I want to promote that and everything that you're doing. But first order of business is that we don't have the Falcon here. The Falcon right now is manning the shop because Matt is out training in Lexington, Kentucky. So that store's about to open up on, what did he say, on Sunday?
They'll open for friends and family on Sunday, and then they're going to soft open Monday.
Wow. That's freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. We're stoked for them. But the first thing I really want to talk about is your procedure that you had this week, Luke. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I had back surgery for the 5th time. Yeah, 5 times. It's not fun. A lot of people think that I just do this kind of stuff for fun, but
I don't think. I mean, I don't know who.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
they all think I do it just to get some time off of work. But
Or the pain pills.
You know that you're part owner of this whole entire shindig, and you can take off like 10 weeks if you really wanted to.
no,
No,
not
but
really.
I'm saying that you could, so you wouldn't need to make an excuse like to have back surgery.
No, I had it. Tuesday?
I think
And
so.
today is Thursday, so I was only out for 24 hours.
Savage, dude.
Yeah, I still got my big patch on the back, got stitches and everything. I'm feeling good.
Can you explain what they did?
Yeah, what are they doing back there?
Yeah, so they had to roto-root me out. They took a Dremel tool. I have I think I mentioned it in another podcast. I was diagnosed with foraminal stenosis, which is basically just
Bless you.
an over calcification of my bones. So I grow bones very efficiently.
Kind of like bad water.
That's why my shattered right ankle grew healed so fast. It's because I have good bones. I guess.
How much
Can you
milk
tell?
do you drink?
How much? What?
Milk.
Not much. Not much.
Interesting.
Maybe a couple cups a week.
Kind of like Wolverine.
Adamantium.
Yep.
So they just went in there and drilled it out. Apparently, I had a narrowing of a nerve passage, and this has happened the 4th time. My 4th back surgery, they fixed the same thing, but apparently it just keeps growing back, and it just closes down onto the nerve, and that's where all my pain is coming from. So they just had to go in there and Dremel it back out, saw some bone out, and stitch me back up, and I was back to work in 24 hours. Actually, I could have come back yesterday. I felt I didn't feel any worse yesterday than I feel now, and actually I'm in very little pain.
They need to put like a trap door back there, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Just open it.
be a lot easier. Shoot, they've cut the same scar open four times. So
I did the same thing with my 97 Chevy because the fuel pump kept going out. I just cut like a trap door and kept replacing fuel pumps.
you keep a Walmart bag of fuel pumps behind the seat.
Well, AutoZone, shout out, send the check, but you just get the lifetime warranty. And you just take it doesn't work.
I used to do that with axles. Remember, we used to go blow axles on our Hondas?
Man, this thing don't work.
And they had
no
lifetime
more.
guarantees. We go get brand new ones put in the weekend before and then go smoke a couple axles, CV joints, blow them all to smithereens. Then we take them all back to AutoZone and get brand new ones the next day.
It works.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear how Luke broke his ankle last year? Can you go ahead and tell that story?
Did we podcast
We
that?
did, but that was like way early last year, so we have a ton of new listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Just give us a brief synopsis.
So I got in a fight with some cardboard. And I was
It's slippery.
That's exactly what happened.
It's
You
like-
put
it's like
one
poop.
piece of cardboard on top of the other and it's like ice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
And the heavier you are, the easier it is to slip that thing out. Yeah, and I was breaking down some cardboard boxes, and I stepped on top of the pile that I was stacking stuff up, and it slipped out from underneath me, and all of my weight came crashing down on my right ankle and blew the thing to smithereens. Broken clean, and I think in 2 spots, and then stress or fractures in 1 or 2 others.
How long before you went to the hospital after that?
Oh, like 20 minutes. I was in so much pain.
No. He's
What I was getting at is you could have waited like a day, and it probably would have healed back on its own.
Your
adamantium.
bones.
Right.
Yeah, adamantium.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you just
crooked
like
ankle.
You just like using your insurance. That's fine.
You know what's crazy is when I stood up, I was like wishful thinking. I'm like, man, I really hope this is not broken, but it hurts so bad that I don't know how it couldn't be. And I tried to step on it again, and it folded over. I'm like, oh yeah, that's broken. It was bad.
Didn't your daughter come out and like bring you like a blanket because you were laying on the ground?
Yeah, she was out there when I fell. Ainsley was. She was in the
crazy, bro.
she was in the garage. I don't know what she was doing, but
She
I
was
was like
burying you
screaming
when
my
she-
head off,
she
and
was
she's
burying you.
freaking out. She starts crying because she doesn't handle other people's pain very
She
well.
was crying because she was going to have to dig the hole. Like,
Yeah.
y'all hadn't dug the hole previously. It was like, gosh, dang it.
She
I
didn't
didn't have
even
the
have
hole dug
funeral plans or anything in place. Didn't pick out a coffin or nothing.
yet. No,
yet. It
you were
was
just, she was
sprung
going
on
to
her.
put a blanket over you and kind of roll you
Yeah.
over.
So she runs inside and gets Jen and brings me out a pillow because,
I
I don't know if you've ever seen me try to lay down on my side. These arms weigh like 200 pounds each. So try to lay down, and I've got like probably 12 to 14 inches between my head and the concrete. So they can't even make a pillow big enough to get my head anywhere to lay. So she brings me a pillow and a blanket and covers me up because it was like 20 degrees
it was cold.
outside.
It was
It's
cold.
freezing.
It was like February.
And I laid on the cold concrete for like a good 20 minutes because my dad was coming to pick me up. I don't know where he was going, but he turns around to come back and get me, and I was laying freezing on the concrete.
Again, with the right kid trained up, your blanket to bury you, the pillow to kind of snuff you out and keep you from
Yeah.
crying,
Make
you'd have
sure-
been dead.
Make sure
Yeah.
he was good and done.
Yeah.
That was the worst pain ever. I probably wouldn't have mind being snuffed out at that point. I couldn't even breathe,
Go
man.
to
It
sleep.
was
Two-piece,
so
man.
bad.
You got 2-piece by a stack of boxes.
Yeah.
Baker, have you
Cardboard.
ever broken any bones?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about your accident. You
Broken
had an
quite a bit of
accident.
bones.
Yeah, your face hit the dashboard, huh?
Windshield. Yep.
Man,
It explains a lot.
I broke about, I don't even know, a lot in that one go. But I probably had 3 or 4. I probably broke about 15 bones, somewhere in there. I don't know. More than usual, I guess.
have you?
I've only broken one. It's my wrist when I was 5 on a jungle gym because I go hard when I was a kid.
Broken
Now I
wrist,
just break hearts and taste buds.
Heart. Let's talk about your. So your name. What is your real last name? Is Likes?
Yeah,
Is it an apostrophe S? Just Likes.
that's right.
Your first name is what?
Well,
No, let's
Bartholomew?
talk about your first name.
Is it Bartholomew?
William?
William. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So
Tell us the story.
Yeah, full name William Bart Likes the third.
I'd like to imagine your middle name being Bartholomew.
It's not.
It
'Cause
works
it's not
much
that,
better for
no,
me.
it's not that cool because Grandpa's name was.
Oh, shit. Party foul.
I didn't
Just
do
pull
it.
it closer a little bit
Oh
too.
my god! I'm not paying for this. Okay, not happening. So Grandpa's name was Bill. William Bart Likes. All right, my dad took Will. William to Will. So I guess instead of naming me the cool name of Trip, they just went White Trash Bart. So just Bart. So it's just garbage. Real white trash family. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so we just go by Bart. Yeah.
What does your wife call you?
Asshole. Oh, sorry. Gotta beef that out. No, just Bart. Or
Does she call you Will?
no.
William?
No, one time I switched so many schools growing up. I tried to go by Will, and I thought I was cool, and then it really just confused everyone because then other people that found me and they were like, "Oh, there's Will," and they're like, "Who's Will?" And they were like, "Bart." And so just stick with Bart. It's fine.
That's
it
it?
works. Yeah. No, there's no crazy story besides white trash. It's fine. Just white trash, man. Good old white.
Where are you
trash.
from?
So originally from Northeast Arkansas, Steel Mill Country, Mississippi County. Let's go. You know.
Is that your gang sign?
Yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? It's fine. Originally from there, so is me and my wife. We're both from there. Grew up
Kaylee's
there.
from there too?
Yep. Oh. Yeah, because we've been dating since we were 15. Been together since we were 15.
When she knew you was Will.
Yeah. No, I was Bart there.
Is that how long you've been drugging her?
Yeah. Well, see, here's the plan was I met her when we were real young, and then I just smoozed her with all this romantic stuff that a young, very, I don't know what the word would be, but I molded her and shaped it and I told her that there's nobody else out there, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got everything that you need and you're ever gonna need.
Falcon, you're in the building. I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
I know it's fine. I was
Why
going.
don't you come say hi? Hi, come say hi.
Wait, he needs a sound.
Oh,
Golly.
Falcon, you're in the building, dude.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Bart.
What's that, Dad?
Are you gonna hang out on the couch, buddy? The casting couch? All right, man. Well, you're on camera, so don't be doing nothing funky over there. Sorry.
Kind of painful.
So you molded your wife when you guys were
15.
15.
Yeah,
Got it.
started dating 15, and then we just hung out, man. It just grew into something. I knew there was a connection there, and just grew that, and I don't know, all the church stuff, and always did everything together, and just grew up together. She's my best friend,
Yeah.
and then and now more than ever, I find how valuable all of that time, her knowing through my mom's stuff, family stuff, and you grow with each other. And so instead of finding each other at like 30 or 25 and whatever, if you couldn't do that, I was lucky. I get that. But we've got all this time, this foundation, and now owning my own business and being gone a lot and all that other stuff, there's not a lot of women that can do it.
Yeah.
There's not. You got to have an independent. She barely needs me, which is good because I'm gone a lot. So when I'm home, I have to make sure I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
I've
You have
talked
two
to you.
girls, right?
No, well, Abbott just has really blonde curly hair. Abbott's. Oh my god.
Was that your phone?
No, I got everything on Do Not Disturb, bro.
Mine's on Do Not Disturb. So you have a boy and a girl.
Yeah. So Novalee, oldest, Abbott, youngest.
Abbott and Nova Lee.
Yep, that's it.
What's Nova Lee's middle name?
God dang, man, somebody gonna track him down or something, man?
You don't have to say it. She's got a cool name.
I mean, you want her social and everything else?
No,
Jesus.
I don't.
It's Bart.
Yeah.
Is it Bart?
Nova Bart.
Novalee June.
See, that's cool, man. People
Yeah.
should know that.
Yeah, no.
You might have just inspired somebody else to name their daughter that.
Yeah, or someone weird watching this, they could track her down. And
Are you
try to
saying
get
that
her.
our listeners are weird?
No, I'm saying that anybody can watch this, and then the next thing you know, got white panel vans because they're pretty cute kids, and I make cute kids. It doesn't go from here. It's waist down. Anyways.
It's in your loins.
Yeah, it's in the old loins.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then I'm like, I don't know if these kids are mine, but
So
I'm still
Abbott?
taking them. Yep.
What's his middle name?
Dean.
You don't have
No,
Dean?
yeah.
See, those are really
it's a
cool
strong,
names.
It's a strong
dude.
name. Well, that's all my wife. I was just like, yeah, that sounds cool. But Novalee's name comes from also kind of redneckish, white trash. It comes from that Natalie Portman movie with the Walmart baby.
what movie was that?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to find it. I don't know.
Hey, Googler, Figure that out, Rook.
Natalie Portman, Walmart baby.
Tell me what movie that is.
And then Natalie Portman's name in that movie was Novely. A super white trash movie.
Where she had the baby in Walmart?
Yeah, because she stayed in there. Yeah.
Was it a good movie?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Is it like an action or drama? Or?
No, it's more like a drama and then like a romance thing, love story type thing.
What is it?
It's Where the Heart Is.
Boom.
Where the Heart Is.
There it is.
PG-13, 2000. Romance.
It's PG-13?
Yeah.
I ain't watching it.
That's fine.
I'll watch rated R movies.
It's a little
I
too
agree.
risque for me.
I don't blame you.
You're a G kind of guy, right? Yeah.
G and PG.
You'll have that.
PG as far as I go.
I watch them all. All
That's
the
a lie.
Triple X.
That's a lie.
I do.
What movies don't you like?
I do not like horror movies.
Oh, no, me neither.
Not at all.
Dude, I'm out in the middle of nowhere a lot. And the creepy sounds, and then my brain starts, remember that movie and the poltergeist and the whatever? It doesn't matter.
No.
An alligator
it
bites you.
chips
No,
away
I'm
at
out.
your soul.
Yep.
So we
I'm
have
out.
a lot of the same soul. No.
It's that Southern Soul.
I can't do it, man. It's too much warmth in there.
Scary.
Chips away at it. Takes a little
I ain't
piece
letting
of your
that
heart.
in.
that
I
you
ain't
can
letting
never-
it in.
Amen. I'm with you with that.
Garbage. My mom always said garbage in, garbage out. Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Is your mom local?
No, well, local is in heaven. I mean, she passed away in 2013. Boom, got him. Ask more questions. Local as in always here with me. Yes.
Yeah, logos in heaven.
I mean, it's all good, bro. It's all good. She passed in 2013.
I didn't know that.
It's all right, dude. You're fixing to learn a lot. Dude, you might want to turn the cameras off, bro. We'll all start crying. It's going to get real awkwardly quiet here in just a second.
Yeah, local is in heaven. I don't mean to laugh so hard.
It's fine. She would love it. She's laughing right now. It's all good.
What about your dad?
So the last time I talked to him, he's a big heroin dopey up in Memphis. Shit, like dude, like scraping
On Presley
horseshoes.
Boulevard, huh?
Yeah, no, scraping horseshoes, cleaning up dog poop and whatever else.
Over in West
yeah.
Memphis getting a Greyhound dog shit, huh?
Yeah, no, that, and then go over to Bill Street at nighttime, then just trying to sell his soul for some more heroin.
I might know this guy.
Yeah, no.
I might know him.
Really?
He's bigger than I am, but yeah. He's tattooed up. Yeah, I got some of the same tattoos, just different places, just to remind me
Do you
of
have
him.
tattoos?
Yeah, I got a couple.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, half sleeve, dog
You
print.
do not.
Yeah, my back's filled up.
You're such a liar.
No,
Let
I'm
me see
not.
your sleeve.
Dude, I got a hoodie on.
You're so full of shit.
No, I'm not.
How come I never seen your tattoos?
Maybe because you never seen me with my shirt off.
I'm,
I seen you
Should
in
we
the kitchen.
change this?
No, but I've seen you in the kitchen with the short sleeve on.
Yeah, and it's right there, the old half sleeve.
Quarter sleeve.
Why would that be a quarter? That's half the arm, half the arm.
Is it at your elbow?
Yeah, half.
Is it above your elbow or below your elbow?
It's right at the bow.
Okay, half.
Right. And even if it was an inch above, you can't say that's a quarter. A quarter would be like up here. Half.
No, that's shoulder.
I think it's an arguable point. It's an arguable point because this is half the arm, this is half the arm.
You're talking to a guy that slaughters and cuts meat for a living. He probably knows what a quarter arm is.
he said,
So your shoulder,
Yeah.
where does your shoulder go down to?
It's up here.
Okay. So what's this part of your arm?
So it's an American flag that's draped.
No.
Oh,
I'm asking what part of right here is
Yeah.
your arm called?
Clavicle.
Yeah, you're so
No.
I'm not book smart. That's Kaylee in anatomy. This is the boulder shoulder. Boulder. This is the boulder area.
Right.
Right.
But that's not even that's something that you just made up.
It's gonna be every time because I don't know the answer. I'm
Okay.
gonna continue to make it up.
Baker,
yes, sir.
please text the wife and ask her how many parts of an arm there are. How many sections of an arm?
You can make it as difficult as you want, but there's a whole arm, and then there's a half a arm, and then there's this part, this half, and this is a half. It's not that hard.
Regardless, half
Exactly.
sleeve.
Whatever. We'll call it a quarter sleeve. I don't care. I got some tats. It's fine. It's not an arguable thing. It's fine.
At least it's not a turtleneck.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I'd get too hot. I'm hot right now.
I'm very hot.
Yeah.
You hot blooded?
Yeah. Well, I'm fat. So yeah. It's insulation, man. It's all kinds of insulation. It's insulation, bro.
Have you always been a bigger guy?
Yeah. I think I was born in an XL.
My boy ain't never wore medium.
No, I look at him. I'm like, that looks cool.
Came straight out in Pampers.
Yeah. Yeah.
XL Pampers.
I started putting pants on.
when you were born, you were wearing
Sweatpants,
Depends instead
yeah.
of diapers.
Right. That we had to
With
go
some
straight to the
suspenders.
Yes, absolutely.
Jesus.
No, I don't know a time that I wasn't like a large.
Your kids aren't big though.
No, thank God. I'm trying to mitigate risk there. Don't eat my food. Just eat something else.
Eat lean piece, huh?
Yeah, here's a snack pack. Here you go. Just that's all you get. Can't have no more.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help them out.
All right, so you're from Northeast Arkansas,
Yeah.
and what do you do for a living, man?
So, man, I do a lot of things for a living.
Tell us all about them.
All right. So, licensed railroad engineer.
Wow.
Yeah, furloughed. So,
Why'd you get furloughed?
well, I mean, now we're getting into politics and government.
Just like either was it COVID or not?
Yeah, this last time was definitely COVID/election time. Railroad is very fluid, and they're influenced via political parties. Like economy slows down. You know, you have this rubber band effect, and at the railroad, you're a union. So if you have low seniority and they don't have enough trains, you get cut off. So I got cut off. That's I've been hired out there since 14, and so worked there a year. Then got furloughed for 2 years, and then that's kind of when I started cooking a little bit. I was just always kind of cooked. I started cooking about a year after my mom passed in 2013. So instead of becoming like a raging alcoholic druggie, I started cooking. And I was offered the time, because I was kind of dabbling. I was cooking this, that, and that. We all kind of, cook a little bit. But I had an opportunity to cook at this duck camp for about 50 folks. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Because I needed money at the time.
Can you? I don't want to stop you during your story, but
yeah.
a lot of our listeners and a lot of our viewers, they're not from here.
Yeah.
So a lot of them probably wouldn't know what a duck camp is.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Duck camp it's a wide variety, I guess, from a tent in a shack all the way up to multi-million-dollar mansions. Always referred to as duck camp, duck lodge, right? So this one was, it was a lower grade. It was a shanty, shack, whatever, but it's a good time. They're based around fellowship and friends and duck hunting, which is Arkansas. So I was invited. I was asked to cook. I had 30, 50 people, something like that, and I had my '97 Chevy and a couple skillets. And so I said, sure, I can do that. And so I started cooking, and it was probably the first time I felt something. I was like, man, there's something here. I got my mom, she had a catering business, just a part-time thing. She worked in a steel mill, but she always cooked. I grew up at a bar stool. My mom, we didn't have family meals. Right here is the bar. She was always cooking. I was always watching and always eating. So, or we had a lot of people over, and she was always cooking for someone. And I think it was partially her therapy too, but I never understood. I was just like, why are you always cooking for these people? They never pay. But anyways, I was just like, I'm so confused at these bums. But no, so she would always cook and this and that. And then that was the first time I was like, I understand why she's cooking. I seen it a little bit when my grandpa, kind of goes back to that fellowship. He loved to hunt, and he kind of taught me how to hunt, but it was never really about the hunting. It was always about getting away with the family members, the dudes of the family, going up to deer camp, for a week. It's around Thanksgiving, eat to your heart's content, cook and fellowship, and just be around each other, and then get away from the daily grind, and then go hunt some deer at that time. So this was duck camp, and so I was cooking for these people, and it was the first time I was like, man, I didn't feel like I needed to have a drink or wanted to snuff out emotional feelings or whatever the case may be, because whenever I started cooking, I noticed that even though there was a party going on inside, the party migrated to me and migrated to my kitchen, which was outside because I was cooking out of the back of my truck. So I was like, man, I'm a people person. I love being around people. Hey, what are you cooking? Where'd you learn how to cook? All these questions started, and so I kind of emotionally talked through that. Just like now, I just mentioned my mom. I try to mention her once a day, keep her memory alive or laugh or whatever, cry a little bit. It doesn't matter. But some of the dishes that I do, I remember her doing, and I either recreated it or I have a couple of her cookbooks, not a lot, but we'll get into that in a minute. Well, I don't have very many, but it's all emotional. And then so I think that passes on through my food, which then passes on to my customer. So, the railroad shut down, we were cooking, and that's kind of where I started I got ADHD, so we're going to land the plane, I promise. We might go all over the place. But
you're very entertaining.
Yeah,
so.
well, I'm aware. And so, so I started cooking, Did that. That went off without a hitch. It was very successful, and I had fun. Well, about that time, duck season is from November to January, and I got called back to the railroad. So it was around that 2-year mark, got called back to the railroad. So I was like, oh, man, this was kind of fun. So then those people, the thing about duck hunting is people come from all over the world, and that's not an understatement, the world, to come to Arkansas to hunt. So I met all these people while I was getting to cook, and they were like, man, Bart, is there any way you can come do a private dinner? Well, I wanted to break from the railroad because I got called back. Yeah, let's do that, a little extra money. So I was starting to put money back into my little side hustle, getting trailers, getting grills, getting this, that, and the other, because I didn't want to spend money I was making from the railroad. So it was just a hobby. And then I thought I had to burp. I don't know. Oh, God. I'm going to throw up. No, so we started doing that, started back, and I was just adding a little bit more, taking on these different projects. It was growing. And then we were at the railroad. So now I was just kind of chugging along, and I took promotion. I took promotion at the railroad. Promotion means you go from a conductor to an engineer.
Conductor meaning driving the train?
Engineer drives. Conductor writes in a logbook.
Oh.
Yeah, he rides.
Okay.
For all you railroad people, conductor sits over the other side and tries to stay awake.
Got it.
While we run the train, son.
Got it.
Beep, beep. Here we go. We tugging on them. Anyways, so we do that. And at the same time, you'll have it every time. Every time you try to talk out at work, someone's honking a horn. So it's like that. Very, very lifelike. So we were, I was just working, doing what I had to do, paying bills, trying to grow a hobby, having fun, continuing to cook at private events, and being in the outdoor space. They have these things. It's not necessarily sponsors. It's partnerships or pro staff, promotional staff. So you in the outdoor world, if you're good enough or if you apply, you can get different partners. So like Drake Waterfowl or these big name companies will send you like a coupon, 40% off, coupon, tomato, you get what I'm saying. They give you a discount to wear their products. And because you're around a lot of people, you're very influential. They're like, oh man, I like that jacket. Well, you're now a part of the promotional staff. Hopefully that everybody understands what I'm saying there. So I had a couple of those in the outdoor space that were already, because I was duck hunting and doing this, that, and the other. And where that comes in is I noticed that there was a connection between food and the outdoors. There's always going to be a camp cook. There's someone always going to be cooking, whether it's, some older lady or some older man or something that just is trying to make a couple extra dollars in the local town, whatever. There's always someone going to cook because everybody likes to eat, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought to myself, I was like, you know what if I can combine the two? So I was pretty excited, and I ended up partnering with this company called Fire Disc. That was my first kind of cooking partnership. So they sent me one of these portable propane cookers, and that's when I was able to up the ante on how many people I could cook for. So now we're looking at more than 10, up to 50. They sent me these things. I was working in front of Max doing demos.
What's
for
Max?
Them. Max Prairie Wings is probably, it's arguably, other than like Bass Pro and Cabela's, the premier destination in Arkansas for waterfowl.
Arkansas is the duck capital of the world, right?
Arguably.
Okay.
It's arguably, yeah. Tides are changing, and those that are duck hunting understand that. It's very arguable point right now. But for all things purpose, the past, yeah, it is still is on the sign at least. So, yeah. So I was cooking, doing demos, working that. Same time I was working at the railroad. So working both sides of this scale, of working for, railroad versus hobby. So we're, working. And then the cool part, some things started happening. Things were always happening, whether it was, hey, will you keep coming to cook? Can you keep coming to cook? Where are you going to be at duck season? Where are you going to be during duck season? Because that's where we want to go hunt. And so I was like, I was working these things out, and I was like, I don't know. I might still be at the railroad. But when I took promotion school, the engineer school is out at Salt Lake City. Well, that's the same place Traeger, that's where their headquarters is. And at the same time, I was working on these other things. And Fire Disc is great. You can cook everything on it, but I like it for my sides. You know, sear steaks and all this other stuff, but not for a big mass. I could cook a large amount of sides. So how can I diversify what I can cook? So the people at Traeger or the people at Fire Disc connected me to a salesman at Traeger, and I was kind of working that angle. He gave me a discount on a grill. So I was like, okay, that's all I want. You know, I just want a discount on it because I don't want to pay full price. That's, I mean, ultimately, there's no sneaky. I just didn't want to pay full price. So I got this grill, and now my entire menu just upped. It just changed, next level. So I stayed in contact with that salesman, working pictures, angles, different things, doing jobs for them. Well, when I took promotion, the week that I was there was the national sales meeting in Salt Lake City. Well, I said, hey, I'm out here. And I didn't know that at the time. I said, hey, I'm out here. Is there any way I can get – I just wanted to tour the place because, I mean, it's world-renowned. It's a huge mega building. They got all kinds of stuff inside. I mean, it's worth visiting if you just cook on a Traeger just because it's a great place to see. But I got invited after class at 4 o'clock. I took an Uber, left my classmates. Peace, I got to go. And so I went to the Traeger
headquarters.
Yep, that's the word. I got this burp. I don't know, dude.
That's right. Let it out.
I don't know. I'm afraid. I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll bleep it out.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. So went to Traeger. I got invited there, and much like I just did now, which was spill my guts, I did that to the owners of Traeger. The salesman met up with me and was like, "Look, here's your shot. I want to introduce you to the owners of Traeger, and just tell them." And so in my head, I was like, dude, this might be the last time I might not ever see these people again. I do not care. And I just told them what I wanted to do, which was keep cooking, what I do, private cooking. I take pictures, but I cook for the masses. I cook, this is what I do. I want to cook. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. And after I met with them, they were like, what do you need? We got your back. And I was like, I need about 14 grills. I need all the I don't want to pay for nothing. It's over the time. I mean, that was like 2.5 years ago. And so it's now evolved into a full-time sponsor, like partnership. I don't want to say sponsor. It's a partnership. I work for them. They work with me. It's a partnership. It's not, here's stuff and then I'm just doing stuff. No, I'm the only food truck, which is the other thing that I do, restaurant business that runs solely off of Traeger. Now, wow. Yeah, there's no one else in the country doing that.
And how many Traegers did they send you on your trailer?
So I have four in the trailer, and then at home I probably have 10. Yeah, because I'm not going to be caught shorthanded. Yeah. I mean, things happen. It's not a commercial grade grill. It is what it is. I know those grills inside and out. I know how to clean them. I mean, we clean them every day. I know what they like, what they don't like. They're finicky if you don't mess with them. You'll probably have some people, pellet grills, and piss off, man. It's not about. I respect OG wood style grill. I respect every amount about cooking, but it's got nothing to do about the cooking. It all ties back to my mom. I could cook. Yeah. I could cook barbecue, which I do. I could cook bologna sandwiches. I mean, it didn't matter. It's not the food. It has nothing to do with the food. Yes, the food's good, but that's not why people eat at my trailer. Yeah. That's ultimately is when they get there. But then once I finally get a chance to talk to them, ain't got nothing to do with that. That's why we got partners. That's why we got more partners. We've brought on Yeti. We've brought on Traeger. We've brought on Realtree. We've brought on some arguably, I work at during duck season now, arguably one of the largest and waterfowl destinations in the world. Honey Break.
Let's talk about Honey Break. So. You just got back. Does anybody have anything that you want to ask Bart? Because I'm just trying to get all my information out of him, man. Mm-hmm. Talk about Honey Break. Let's before we go to Honey Break, let's talk about where you were at.
I can talk about the trailer before. Yeah. So now, because I was furloughed again after it was last year's duck season. I was furloughed again, October. I had a friend of mine who runs an operation in Oklahoma. He needed a cook, and I was like, you know what? This is the first time I was like, I'm going to pursue this thing as hard as I can. And so let me be your cook the entire season. So we worked it out the entire season. I loved it. It was great. And at that time, I was just carrying around a little cargo trailer with random cooking utensils because that's what I was doing as a private chef. I would usually use your kitchen.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a concept that my mom ran with. Her place was called My Best Friend's Kitchen. She would go and use your stuff and basically whoop your butt at what you couldn't cook, and you were like, you can do this in my kitchen? And then it turned into kind of like a cooking class at the same time. So that's what I was doing here. So I had a little cooking trailer, just putting stockpiles of stuff if I needed it. When I went out to Oklahoma, I was like, man, what because I was using like grandma's first kitchen. I mean, I had like this much counter space. I had a 4-burner, it wasn't even, it was electric. It was rough. But I said, what can I do to up the ante? And so I was drawing out this trailer. I was drawing out my current trailer on a napkin. And I took it to a friend of mine now. I said, hey, how much would it cost to build this custom trailer? He was like 80 G's. I said, but I'm a goal-oriented person, so I wrote that up on the goal board. All right, goal board, 80 G's. Went to my bank. I said, hey, what do I need to do? They're like 40 G's. We need 50% down. I was like, okay, well, goals are getting smaller and the numbers are getting smaller, so let's go 40 G's. I said, okay, fine, let's do that. And then it's crazy because right there, again, duck season ends in January. And another company called Falco, which is another arguably one of the premier waterfowl spots in Oklahoma, they needed someone for snow goose season. Remember, I was still furloughed. So I'm like, I'm trying to pick and choose, just making sure money gets back to mama, right? I'm just trying to do that. So now they're running a snow goose operation. Snow goose season is in February. And so they move over to Arkansas, and so now I'm back home. Now I'm closer. Yeah, I might go over there 2 nights, but I'm coming home 1 night or something like that. But I'm home in Arkansas, so I got another opportunity, and this was with a huge name. I mean, they're big. So we started cooking. Well, into February comes, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Well, guess what? The Lord works in mysterious ways. And here's the railroad calling me back. So the railroad calls me back in March. Boom! We back on the rails, baby. And now we making money that way. So it just keeps on. Boom, boom. It's like juggling act. And it's the thing. I mean, it's all God. There's none of this stuff has. This is not me. Everything, again, it's not the food. It's God. And that's how he does it. And he works. And that's the way we're working. So, but here's the funny part, because he's got a sense of humor. And boom, what happens last year in March? The COVID, right?
COVID.
It gets me. The COVID infiltrates our country, and the railroad tanks. So now I get furloughed again. But luckily, we live in a great country, and there's provincial. I don't know provincials. I don't know. Anyways, there's backup plans, right? So now I got unemployment.
Is that a word?
Provincial is a pill that you take to stay awake. So I know what that is.
Close enough.
Yeah, right. Anyway, there's some buffer zones. Anyways,
So what about what's the health of the railroad right now? Now that we've had a change of the guards in Washington D.C.
Well, what's funny is, so here it is. I got like 20 missed calls from the railroad because they want to call me to come back to work.
Really?
Yeah. So
On your phone right now?
Yeah, so because they're wanting me to come back. Which
I would have thought it would have been the opposite.
that's what a lot of people thought, but who knows? There's all kinds of whizzy wazzy woozies, the fagazis. It's nothing. It's made up out of nothing. Anyways, you don't know why they're calling, but I do know because they think that things are going to level out. They need us all to come back to work, and it's the perfect timing, man. Because I ain't got nothing to do in March. I'm gonna be able to prolong it until March, and here we are. It's a circle again. So do I want to go back to the railroad, or do I want to pursue what I got going on? I think I want to pursue what I got going on. No,
so
thank you.
if you were to go back to the railroad,
Yeah.
do you go back as like a contractor? Do you go back as a full-time
full-time
employee?
Your union,
That's
man.
what
your
furlough
union.
is.
Yeah, furlough is they put
Yeah.
you on hold, right?
Yeah. You don't get paid, but you don't get hours.
Right. You don't get
Right.
nothing. They'll call you when they need you.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
So
I'm
you're
gonna call
still an
you when I
employee.
need me.
You're just not being paid
Correct.
or asked to work.
Correct.
Okay.
And this keeps happening. This is the third time. After the first time, I said, you'll never get me with my pants down again. If I want to take my pants down, I'll take my pants down, but you're not going to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I said no more again, and that's when I started cooking. And I had some great people in my life I've had some rough ones, but I had some great ones. I have 2, and now the hills are smaller at the top, boys. I don't know if y'all know this. Hills are smaller at the top, and now when you're at the top, you have all the same type of people that are true and honest, and they mean something to you, and they help you, and they don't want anything in return. And if they do, then it's like we're both gonna win. It's a partnership. Let's go. And so, anyways. Yeah, I don't know. They're calling back, and that was a serious moment there for a second. I almost cried for a second. I'm emotional. It's crazy. It's the Celsius. Anyways, brought to you by
Send the
Celsius.
check.
Yeah, send the check. So
are you thinking you're going to take a little bit of railroad, maybe for a month or so?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things in the old popcorn machine. I don't know which kernel is fixing to pop, but I mean, I might go back just to say hello to the boys.
So if you take a little stint,
Yeah.
Say, I mean, how long would you commit to? 5 weeks, maybe.
I don't have to commit to anything. I go back for one day, just say, "What up, fellas?"
And you got your credentials, like you got your little badge or something. You can scan yourself in. And
Yeah, what up, dudes?
Clock in, and you're on the rails.
That's it. So if I want to go back to doing the food truck, because that's what I do when I don't have private events, and that's what I was doing when I don't have duck season. There's the connection. We landed that plane. Forgot about it. It was up there. It was scrambling the jets there for a second. Anyways, we
Ran
landed
out of
that.
fuel and coasted in on fumes.
Yeah, it was a glider. Anyway, so food truck running, because back to the Oklahoma thing and COVID. COVID hit that in March, and I was got unemployment, and then the railroad did have second benefits for us railroaders. So I was like, man, I don't really know what to do. I didn't really have any options besides do little cooking jobs, but I was just kind of living, trying to make it, because I didn't know if they were going to call us back.
Wait, before we go, I'm a little worried about your wife and kids here. When you left the rails, did you get to carry some benefits over? Like, I mean, were you going without some insurance? Because I'm looking out. I mean, I couldn't care less about you, brother.
No,
I'm
tell me
looking out
about
for
it.
your wife. Wife
tell
and
me.
kids.
So as a union worker, and the railroad does have wonderful benefits, I was able to keep them for 6 months. And then I could pay at the COVID time, I was able to pay because all these things are going through, however the government, whatever, that I was able to pay a little bit to keep those premiums. And so I was able to benefit off of that.
Because it was an uncertain time, and they didn't want you to be getting really sick, and then,
right,
God forbid, you die and couldn't come back to the rails.
Right. You
gotta be ready for the rails.
Freight. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. So I was able to keep that, and that's worked every time that we've gotten furloughed. Every time I gotten furloughed, I was able to do something like that. It was always something was playing. Every time something would go down, here's another one.
So you could walk away from the rails and still be okay in your mind, knowing that your family's going to be taken care of health wise, especially right now.
Now, yes, but. Yeah. Now, since I was gone for over a year, we've had to go private sector.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
so
hard.
That probably changed things a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it sucks, but you know what?
The coverage is still probably good, but it's a lot more expensive.
It's a lot more expensive. Right. Well, and I just went to the eye doctor yesterday, and it was only like $100. And I'm like, what the crap is going on? Because I was like, I'm a cash person, and first of all, I didn't make an appointment. And then I had my daughter, and I was like, let's get her checked out. I didn't have an appointment either with her. And I was like, I'm a cash person. They're like, oh, we can get you in right now. I was like, I bet you can. So they get us back there, and they just wanted to take my money. It was $100, and I'm good. She's good. She's starting kindergarten, so I was like, let's make sure she's good to go. But it was $100. I mean, if you go to any private, you're paying $50 a month, or you're paying $100 a month for what? Like, I don't know, because it didn't make any sense. So piss on that. I don't need that. Like,
yeah, I mean, you walk into a place like that with insurance, and they're going to charge you $250 for the visit. They're going to charge the insurance company.
Absolutely.
But if you're paying cash, it's only $100 to you.
No, well, I tried to barter with the doctor. I was like, can I get this exam? I got like 2 deer and a fish. Like, can I do? How much fish you want? Like, can I get 2 salmons and whatever? Why can't you
got some
not?
rabbit pelts out here in the truck?
It's absolutely ridiculous that you can't do that, because the eye doctor, she would be cool with it. She was like, man, I swear to you, I would if I could. If I owned the company, I would.
You know what that's called?
What?
Baker knows what that's called. What's it called, Baker?
What, bartering?
Nope.
That's what I was like.
Racketeering.
Yeah, bamboozle, racketeering.
Well, I'll run the racket then. But it just didn't make sense. I wish you could do that. Let me get 2 salmons for 2 eye checks. I don't know. But so I think we're going to go that route. The high end, obviously, worst case scenario is something terrible happens. Then you rack up all these bills, and yeah, you can worry about that if you want. But it's just tough. So I don't know the health insurance side of things. All I know is it's extremely frustrating, but I'm not going to let a little hole in the sail keep from the boat moving forward because we got a goddamn motor back here. We don't need the sails. Let's press forward, son. Let's go.
Got a patch kit on board.
Yeah.
So now we're at the point where
We're all confused.
now
still.
now COVID hit.
Yeah,
Boom.
boom. COVID hit. I get furloughed again from the railroad. We're running off of the things that unemployment, things like that. But the SBA, remember when they opened up all the SBAs?
Who'd you?
Sky rockets in flight. Because that's what happened, bro. Here's the thing. My bank called me and they said, hey, you still want this trailer? I was like, yeah. They're like, we don't need a down payment. I was like, oh my God, let's go. So sign it.
Who'd you call?
I called you.
Yeah.
I got
I'll
diarrhea.
throw myself a bone there.
Oh, it's all right. Well, there's a couple people in there, but I had diarrhea and I was getting hot spits in Walmart. I remember walking around Greenbrier and I was like, dude, this is happening. I don't know what to do. What's the worst case scenario? Hey, you
You're
sell
like
it.
a walking chemical spill.
Dude, it's bad.
Hot diarrhea and the
Dude,
spits.
I asked him after being an entrepreneur, like, when do you poop solid again? He's like, never. 5 years. Actually, he said 5 years. 5 years. So it doesn't matter, man. It's crazy. But so I had all that in play, and because I knew no matter what, I was gonna get the trailer. No matter what, I'm gonna get the trailer that I want because I custom built it. I wanted to be able to cook anything and everything, wherever, whenever I wanted to be. Some people pay the same amount I did for a trailer, that a custom cooking trailer is that they do for a truck or a boat. Like that's what. So why not get something? Even if I go back to the railroad, okay, I got a payment on it. Maybe I skip out a weekend and make the bill. Okay, pay the bill. It's fine, and then we just keep rolling. It doesn't matter either way. So we work on I get it approved, go through, sign that. 8 weeks later, we're here in July. Trailer shows up. We get it all logoed out. Things are going crazy. We get the place set up there in Greenbrier. Get started. Is the
Smashing.
yeah.
You smashed.
It's stupid, and
You
it's still
absolutely
stupid.
smashed last year, the end of last year, with your barbecue trailer. Be proud of that.
Yeah. So
It's okay to brag about that because you absolutely smashed barbecue.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Let me tell you something. I moved out here. August will be 3 years ago. From California, barbecue is pretty good. But my 39 years in California, I'm thinking, man, I wonder what barbecue tastes like somewhere else. Arkansas, oh man, I bet you they have awesome barbecue. Wrong. Now, this part of Arkansas has horrible barbecue. We talked about this many times.
Of course.
Horrible barbecue. In fact, I think 2 out of the 3 barbecue joints that are in this town have shut down.
Yeah, can't make it.
They can't make it. Their barbecue is horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to talk bad. I mean, a lot of people don't like Lean Feast. That's fine. It's to each his own. But I do not like the barbecue in this part of the South until you came along. I remember the day, you were in here.
Yeah, I remember it.
You were in here. Luke, right? When you brought us some pork butt, and it was the best damn pork butt I ever had in my life. And you made sauces, and I'm like, dude, this guy's got a thing. So until then, I hated barbecue out in the South. Back to your story. You smashed it last year after opening your trailer in Greenbrier.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate all that. And no one out there in the YouTube land really knows this, but I also come in here or call because I got freaking out. But again, when I was talking about that hill smaller at the top, like I don't do that to everybody. Like there's only certain people that know how. I mean, I got a little anxiety, but I think that comes with entrepreneurship.
100%.
But when you find someone you can talk about and they don't talk crap about you or think it's a weak spot, they can help you get through it. Like I have my best friend in the world, David Frisbee. I can call him because we all know this. Like if you constantly talked about the same thing over and over and how much you're stressed to your spouse, although they will listen, they will get tired of it.
Yeah,
and you can't do that. And so, but Kaylee being my best friend, sometimes I kind of push up against that barbed wire fence a little bit. But I'll call David or I'll call you, and I have people, and now that I've met more people that are like that, and they want to see you succeed, or like, hey, calm down for a second, it'll all work out. Don't worry about it. And even though I have no idea what you just said, and that doesn't make any sense to me, it does work out. It does play itself out. But we opened up 1st of August and went 5 days a week. And I skipped a week there in September. I think I skipped a week in October because I was out doing private events or whatever. And I mean, we pushed some good dollars. We did what we said we did. And I pressed it as hard as I could. That was the goal. When I got the trailer, I said, right now I've got the railroad shut down. I've got no clue what I'm doing. I'm going to press this as hard as I physically can. And I did. And I'm not going to do that again. But
we had a huge conversation about that too, because, we came, I think with our knowledge here in the office and just your story is similar to mine, minus the South, right? So we share a lot of common interests. And we talked about that. It's like you either burn out or you don't make it.
Yeah.
And, I used to sleep on the floor of Lean Feast.
Yeah.
I worked 16 hours a day. 6 days a week.
You have to.
You know that.
I slept in my truck.
100%.
I mean, right outside my, and I get it. I mean, I do. Like, it's tough. So you can either cry about it, go home, not do it, make some excuses up, or you can just get right back up and season up your pork.
It's so cliche to say, but there's nobody else that's going to do it for you.
There's not.
If you have a vision or dream or whatever the heck you want to call it, there's nobody that you're going to pay any amount of money that is going to give a shit as much as you give a shit.
Absolutely. There's nobody.
And we noticed that when you opened up that trailer. I mean, you shut down the highway, bro. That is huge.
A 4-laner.
You shut down a 4-lane road.
With a median.
With a median, a huge thoroughfare, right? Dude, that's insane. Every single day, I was getting pissed off because my wife was getting pissed off because every time that we went to your trailer, you were freaking out of something. And I'm a huge fan of selling out of something. Most restaurants will tell you, oh my God, that's so bad.
It's
no, it's not. You know what that means? That means you made money.
That's it.
That means that your food is going to be fresh tomorrow. That means that your customers bought that food and you sold out because they loved it so much because you put your heart and soul into it.
Done.
Selling out means completely opposite to me.
It doesn't even matter if you're brick and mortar.
No.
So many people have missed that mark. And because you go to a restaurant, they're never like 86 and something's terrible.
It's not, dude.
No, go to the next thing.
It's not.
I probably had a handful of people that if we were out of something, they'd turn right around. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
But they're going to buy something else.
Absolutely. More times than not, that's what they're going to do. Yes.
Yeah.
I
would say 80%.
Yes, 85. Yeah, for sure, because they're going to come back or they've waited in line. They want to try something. Oh, dang it, he's out of pork. Well, I'll try brisket, or vice versa.
And guess what? They might find a new favorite.
Right. Or next time when they come and they're out of something, I know I like the brisket.
Right.
Or I like the pork or whatever. Bologna.
And then
doesn't matter.
And then what started happening? What started happening is that people were like, damn, man, every time I go there, they're sold out. I'm going to do a pre-order.
Yeah.
Then guess what? You started doing pre-orders and you were selling out of shit before you even opened.
Yeah, before we open. I mean, we do pork bellies and we're sold out before we open.
That is a fantastic
You know what I thought that you needed on that trailer from the very beginning, and I wish we would have thought of this up front because it probably would have made a lot of people happy, is a live webcam.
Yeah.
Put up on the corner of that trailer, shooting down at the line, and people could log into Ol'Bart.com. Is that your website?
It's olbartsoutherneats.com.
Ol'Bart, a little bit slower.
Southern Eats.
Olbartsoutherneats.com.
And it's O-L Bart, not old.
Yeah, and it's not Ol, like Ole. No, it's Ol. And the story of that, why it's called Ol'Bart, is because my buddy David who pushed me. Frisbee.
David Frisbee, that name rings a bell. Does he work in Little Rock?
No, so he's out of Texas.
Oh.
That's why I got these
I knew a
boots
David
on.
Frisbee in Little Rock.
Yeah, no, this dude, I mean, he's a connector. He just knows a lot of people, and it's helped me in the outdoor industry, connecting here, connecting there, and that's what happened. Someone was like, "Hey, Frisbee, you know anybody who can cook?" And he's like, "Call Ol'Bart, call Ol'Bart." And then he's like, "Man, how can we make a name that's super easy?" And then I worked with a friend of mine on the artist on the logo. Super simple, which is the cow and the pig. So it's food, and then it's Southern Eats. It could be whatever you want it to be, whatever you want to cook.
So olbartsoutherneats.com.
That's it.
And if you had a live feed right there, like you just popped it on the second you got into the truck and started cooking, and just watched that live feed. And I think the town of Greenbrier probably would have loved that feature because they could have kind of gauged when to show up because, man, I think the first time I tried showing up there, I don't even know where I parked. I think I parked on the sidewalk, which was probably a no-no. I was probably the one that caused the accidents there.
It happens.
But yeah, I mean, there was a good 35, 40 people in line.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've got pictures and stuff, and it was still like even going 5 days a week. The 3 solid months because I knew in November I was going to duck season because again, that's my staple, a private chef during duck season. So I knew let's go.
You keep talking. I'm gonna go urinate.
It's all right. So we were going. I knew he was going to go ham in November with duck season because that's what I love to do, and so we just went hard the 5 days, and that's what was crazy is. Even towards the end, we had a couple. It was kind of slow down with weather because you start getting rain, and at a food truck, rain's kind of a killer. But we were still.
It didn't even matter, dude.
No,
I drove by there several times, and it was pouring, and people were standing there, sometimes without even umbrellas, and they didn't move. They were too scared to give up their place in line because they all knew that if they got back in their trucks, someone's going to swoop in on their spot.
Absolutely. And so
even when it was hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 100 and some degrees out there.
That's what's killing it.
I stood out in that heat.
People's
I did that.
shoes were melting to the ground.
I was trying to be like a good customer and be like, I'm going to stand in line. It was like 100 degrees. I
Yeah.
stood out there like 40 minutes. The next
was
weekend,
rough.
I was like, yeah, I'm texting
Like,
Bart.
Bart, I'm your boy, Bart, but dang, I can't.
it's hurt.
This is rough.
No, I cheated the system the next weekend. Nobody knows that we do this. Yeah, I texted him and said, hey, man, have my food ready.
Slip a pound of pork out the back door.
No doubt. I got your money. Just have my food ready.
That's what happens now. Well, that's okay. That's all right. So the pre-orders, the barbecue, the food truck life, 5 days a week, and I mean, when we were just talking about schedule, like how much 16-hour days, whatever. Dude, I wake up at 7, get there at 8, pork's pretty close to getting ready, still kind of seasoned. We start prepping. We open up at 5. We get a line started at 4 to 3:30. Call-in orders are coming in all day long. We open up at 5. Our average window time open to close is about 3.5 hours. And then we're sold out. And then we spend more time cleaning. My crew cleans the trailer more than they do selling out of it. So we clean the grills, the entire inside cleans head to toe, and then we reset. I go home, I put my kids to bed, I take a little bit of a nap, I get back up at midnight, go put meat on. It's now 2:30 in the morning. I go home, go to sleep, wake up back at 7, and it is. And then Monday, you think you got 2 days off, you really only have about 1, and that's just you're trying to still be present. Yeah. You're playing because you're just taking away from the old sleep bank, But it's fun. I would rather do that than sit on a train and pile money into someone else's pockets. I would rather see if this is going to work because the worst case scenario is it doesn't work. I have to sell the trailer, and then I have to get a different job. Okay. It's not that bad, especially when I've been furloughed so many times. It's like it doesn't matter. Like
You're
okay,
used to it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter because I'm not afraid.
Because now they'll just keep calling you back.
They will keep calling me back, even if I go out there and I do something stupid or accident and I get fired. Fired out there as a union is not. You just don't want to get terminated. Union protects you, and so if you got fired for something stupid, whether it's attendance or whatever, well, guess what? They're going to call you back. Because they've spent all this money. I think it's like,
So 30, what Bart is telling the Arkansas population is to go apply for the railroad department.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to just go fight in the stack of people.
Because you'll always win.
Yeah, well, I mean, once you get hired on, it's just they take everything. Like, what's the cost of being a railroad engineer? What's the cost of the great benefits, decent pay? What's the cost? Everything. They take your soul. Yeah. I swear to you, they take your soul.
Kind of like a strip club.
Absolutely.
Except I'm cool on that. I don't go to those.
They steal your soul.
Except for you don't get to come home with stripper glitter and perfume. When you come home, you smell like diesel fluid and a little bit of diarrhea because you're on a train that is a mobile porta potty.
There's women out there that floats their boat.
Did you know that I'm like deathly afraid of glitter? I hate it.
Because it's everywhere.
Continue.
Yeah. So I won't judge you for that. I mean, we all have our things.
I don't judge you for half the shit that you do.
I beg to differ. The way you text me.
Dude, you're talking about a capital N versus a non-capital N.
Dude, the way you text me, if I was sensitive, I would it's questionable.
You're not the first person that's told me that.
Exactly. It's like, dude, Okay, fine.
But now I know to.
Soften it up just a skosh.
I'm just gonna baby it for you.
I appreciate that, baby spoons.
Well, this guy over here is like the king of capital letters.
It's like, oh God, okay.
It's
I'm
capital
just trying
Christopher sitting over here.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to make it to the right spot for your podcast. I'm sorry.
Look, now you have
somebody
everybody
needs-
shitting on me.
Yeah.
Somebody needed to remove your caps lock button.
No doubt. Out of here. So now where are we at? We are just got back from duck season because I just connected you to that because we did the 3
No.
months hard. No.
You did the 3 months hard
Yeah.
with the trailer
Yeah.
in Greenbrier, and then all of a sudden
Deuces.
shut down.
Yeah, because it's like a dope dealer. I gave him a little taste,
Right.
and now we roll out because now they keep
And
calling me.
you got the ladies and the gentlemen from Greenbrier just out there scratching their noses like crackheads. Just
I want to show you this. So
where my dealer? Where my
it.
dealer at?
Can you show? Yeah.
So
ahead.
look at that right
Here.
there. I don't see. Oh, hold on.
Turn it the other way.
528. That's missed calls from this past weekend. Wanting barbecue.
Yep. They just out there in the driveway kicking rocks. I was just standing there every weekend. Where's Bart at?
Bags are packed.
He could probably sling it out of his driveway.
I would love
Just
that.
like just drive by pork butts.
Yeah.
That'd be
Just
awesome.
hold it out in a bag and they just drive by and
You should
throw
just
cash
like
out.
smoke
the
them,
window.
have a big old fridge in there, and like do the honor system for the people that know. You just pull up, get you a butt. leave
Yeah.
your money.
That would probably not work.
Works all over the place. Local towns.
I know the cake lady and
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say put it on Facebook. Come get my pork butts and leave them the money, but you know a whole lot of people that would do it.
true. I'd do it.
I'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's sold 3 already.
Can we do the nacho dispenser?
Right. Just no. Or like the Kona ice machine, but nachos.
Yes.
That's, your
Can I say
nachos are fire.
Can I say the last time I got nachos, I didn't get enough nacho cheese on there?
Because you have to ask for extra.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the trick.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh.
Extra sour cream, extra nacho cheese.
He's the
Extra
only reason
jalapenos.
why we carry sour cream.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's the only time I eat it is on those nachos.
And you
We
put
don't-
cilantro on there too, right?
100%.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
that's what makes it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and so, now we went to duck season. We left high and dry November.
November-ish, right?
Yeah,
Right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, mid-November. That's when duck season starts, and then it turns into Ol'Bart turns into a private chef game. So we cook high-end meals. We cook our rotation there is a 3-day to 4-day rotation. We cooked reverse seared duck with a soy glaze, vegetable medley, and roasted potatoes. We cook we smoke a 2-ounce pork chop seasoned with Ol'Bart's whipping chicken, cooked on the Traegers. We'll do that with a lobster mac and cheese and a broccolini. We'll cook a tenderloin.
When you say will, you mean
We.
you.
No, so I have help there. That's the beauty of this. I used to do it all by myself, but at Honey Break, because we run 26 to 30 people a day, and they're established. They have a chef. Her name's Miss Chef. It's Chef Shelley. She's their resident chef, and so I got a chance to work with her. So when I took the job, I was like, man, I don't know about this because it's not my show. But when I thought about the potential, because the type of people that go to Honey Break, you're talking a lot of corporate. You're talking a lot of high end
People that like to spend money.
Yes. And so I was like, you know what? Let's do this because now I don't have, number one, I don't have to do everything by myself. Number two, a lot of my partners are Honey Break partners, like Realtree. And so we're trying to dive into this thing called Realtree Timber to Table. That's mine. Realtree Timber to Table is mine. And so I am working on how to develop that into, I don't know necessarily what it is, but that's on the table. We're trying to figure out what it is. That's Realtree's version of food and how they can connect food in the outdoor world. And so like this year, not only was I cooking high-end meals and helping Miss Shelley, we were partnering up because we had to cook lunch and dinner. But then for special people, guests, and partners, I would take a mobile Traeger out to the duck camp, out to the duck blind. And so one morning I smoked a whole deer back strap and made fresh biscuits.
Can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
I mean, you're supposed to like hide from the ducks, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse my arrogance or ignorance, whatever you want to call it. Don't the ducks smell the food that you're cooking and not come?
No, if they smelt it, they're already close enough to shoot.
Yeah, that's over with.
But when you're
they see their sight and hearing is very, very good, but I don't really think any bird smells very well, right? I don't even think a turkey, so turkey's the same way.
Can a turkey see you blink from like 75 yards away?
I think
They
turkey
can
has
see-
the best
they-
sight of
they can see
any
it for
species
sure.
in North America. I
Yeah,
think
they're-
turkey can see better, but I
Yeah.
think a
See
duck's
better
the same
than the
way.
falcon?
Like, they can see very well, but they just can't. I don't think any bird can really smell.
They're not like a deer.
correct.
They're not like
where a deer
what
is
about the
gonna
falcon?
He can't smell.
The falcon can't smell?
He thinks
No,
there's sodium and salt.
He doesn't know. Yeah,
Oh.
we had a whole
He said
conversation.
that, by the way.
Go in his room. He doesn't know. He can't smell.
I was trying to plug him here. He's probably he left the room because he's.
He can see very well, but he can't smell.
So not like a
Here
deer.
he is.
No, and
He heard his his sense of hearing is okay. He's back in the room now.
hello.
Hello, hello.
Someone say my name. So yeah, you'll have
Oh.
that. You'll have that on those big jobs. No,
So they're not like deer.
no, and at Honey Break, it's such a high end place that it's the Honey Break experience.
Where is Honey Break?
Honey Break is just south of Jonesville, Louisiana.
Swamp.
Yeah, swampish.
They got swamp donkeys down there.
Yeah, they have some of the largest deer. Actually, I don't know. It's like the contingent
Deer in the swamp?
State record of Louisiana was just shot while I was there.
In a deer
At
in
Honey
the
Break.
swamp.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so at this place, it's the Honey Break experience. The only thing they can't control is birds, right? So the thing about that, the reason why I say that is because when you get there, when you pull in to this 4-story mansion and these houses on stilts where you're going to stay, you pull in, we have valet. We have people take your bags to your room. You have lockers where you don't get anything muddy. You put it in here, you wash your stuff off. They'll keep your guns. You have an entire locker associated with your housing where you're staying at. You have your own bedroom. So it's to the 10th degree. If there was 6 stars, it would be a 6-star resort. And so you go there, and then we have the meals to match it. I mean, we have the meals to match it. We have the experience to match it. After the hunt, and that goes back to the duck blinds. The duck blinds are not your average blinds. They're not just a pit covered in grass. They are the Taj Mahal. You are comfort. It's comfortable the time. You could get into these blinds with loafers on. In fact, we do have customers that do that. They don't wear duck. They don't want nothing. A suit and tie, you could get in there and you'd be just fine. But that's the way they're built. That's the people that run that side of it. Mr. Moffitt, he breathes and sleeps ducks, dogs, and decoys. That's what he does.
Is it Doug Moffitt?
No, Jared Moffitt. And so when they design these and they build these, I mean, that's what they know their clients, and that's what they want. They want comfort because you're going to have to stay out there till 11 o'clock maybe. If you don't kill all your birds, limit her 11. And then that's when I was cooking. So there's enough room where we can stay hidden and I can smoke meat or I can do whatever I need to do cooking-wise. And now you're offering just another level of experience. And that's what it's about. Because if you're going to Honey Break, you're not going to Honey Break just to freaking stack ducks up. Yeah, you're going to do that, but you're not going there for that, which is why Ol'Bart goes to Honey Break, because it's the experience. Why do I do what I do? It's the experience. It has nothing to do with the food. Yes, the food's a part of it, but it's the experience. It's the connections. And so you do that. You come back to the lodge. You eat a great lunch served by either me or Miss Shelley, and it could be a Cajun dish or it could be one of my dishes. We did Taco Tuesdays. We do chicken steak or fish tacos. I mean, so we played both sides of things, and it was a lot of fun. But after that, going along with that experience of Honey Break, that afternoon you could book a fishing trip, world-class crappie fishing trip right there at Lake Larto, which is connected. The banks of Lake Larto are right up against Honey Break. And so you can either do the fishing trip, you can do a 5-stand clay course, or you
Before
can
we move too far from the fish, though, what about alligators? We got alligators down there?
You do have alligators. So in the springtime,
They got an alligator hunting trip?
They do. It's
Like
called,
where you jump out of the boat and stab them in the head with a knife like Crocodile Dundee?
something like that. You either if they're small enough, you throw a treble hook down at the bottom, and then you skirt along the edge of it, and then when you feel your alligator, you yank up and you take that treble hook right in its gut, and you pull it up, and then you shoot it, and then now you.
Do you guys skin them on site and make boots or anything out of them?
Well,
Wallets?
we don't make boots, but you can. We can skin them out and everything for you. Yeah, so you can do a teal. It's called a teal gator combo. So in the September-ish time, teal gator. Yeah, that's what you want.
You know what kind of amazed me is when I moved here, I didn't realize we actually have alligators in Arkansas.
We have alligators in Lake Conway.
I've heard that, and I've seen pictures, and he's like a monster.
Yeah. You've heard him bellow?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I've never
YouTube
been around.
videos.
I've never been outside around Lake Conway. I've always just driven by it. So, but I have seen pictures of it, and he is there, but not far from here. I mean, you can go an hour south and
absolutely
find alligators in the wild.
Yeah, and
a lot of people don't realize that. They think Louisiana only. You know.
Oh yeah, no, they're up here. I mean, they're just getting more populated, and so like right now, if you went down there, you don't really have to worry about alligators because it's cold. They're
stuck with their snouts above the ice, right?
Yeah, just breathing. No, because barely ice is over there. But no, so you have the teal gator combo that you can do, which teal are early duck birds, and so you can do that. You can catch you an alligator, but when you come in, you have the clay course, you have the 5 stand, you have the 15 stand, you have a watchtower that they built in partnership with Loophole Optics. So the latest and greatest optics are up there. You can check those out. You can ride ATVs around. I mean, it's the experience.
Talk to me about the nightlife experience. What goes on at night over there, or is that untold? Are you not allowed to tell what goes on there?
No, I mean it is, but it's what you would think it is. I mean, it's not necessarily a party, but it is. It's cigars. It's
camaraderie.
It's camaraderie.
Fire pits.
Fire pits, yeah. And so you have some very nice fire pits. I mean, everything that you have is to the 10th degree. I mean, we have custom bago boards made. There's ping pong. There's
bago boards out here. Was it cornhole?
Yeah.
Now, what about the alcohol situation?
Too.
What about the alcohol situation? Is that like if you buy into that stay, is that provided, or do you got to bring your own stuff there too?
No, that's the beauty of it. You got to bring your own stuff too. So we have a partnership with Hill Family Winery. So we have a Honey Break private labeled wine that we serve at dinner time, but we don't provide alcohol. That's not.
But it's allowed on.
It's allowed, absolutely. I mean, you can't do that with it. You know,
right.
If you want to bring,
you got to bring your own party.
Absolutely, you bring your own, and we even if it's a mixed guest, because 26 to 30 people, when you come in and you hand us your bags, we label everything with your name on it, and we put it on your section of the bar. And so it's all.
Everybody's got their own section of the bar.
Yeah. And so this is yours. This is yours. We provide all the mixers and the little condiments, so the accoutrements, all that stuff.
How do we get into this place,
dude? So $12.50 a day per person, and then
even that's the Ol'Bart special.
No, $1,250.
Yeah, per day.
Yeah,
per person.
That doesn't shock me.
No, but here's the deal. It's again.
I've stayed in hotel rooms for that much.
Right, and
that's all you get is the hotel room.
Right, but
experience.
But it's the Honey Break experience. A lot of people go there. If it's not corporate, you do have some regulars. I mean, we have some big B with a B billionaires come. Private jets, private helicopters. One guy landed with the largest private helicopter that you can possibly buy. He come out there with that thing. Pictures and all. Ridiculous. Cool as a cucumber, dude. Dude was cool.
Did you shoot a lot of video out there for yourself?
I shot some video. I shot some pictures, but I started working with so out there at Honey Break, their social media and marketing department's called Confluence, and so I started working with Confluence to help me do my pictures and videos because they also work with Realtree. A lot of our stuff aligned together, and so it just made sense.
Your dude wasn't out there?
Talking about Andrew?
Yeah.
So he works for Confluence.
Oh.
Andrew Clapp. Yeah.
Perfect.
And so, so my buddy was there. So, he took care of me and got me some new shots. And then we worked out a couple of things. So, on future events, now he's coming with me. He's going to be my right-hand man, make sure I'm taking care of him and Buzz. So, and then we got a videographer to do videos if we need that. Chip
Did you know
City.
the Falcon flies around us and takes all of our shots?
The same thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he's like our own personal drone because he has wings, so he can fly around and get all the good shots.
All the best kinds.
Yeah.
So now that you're home from Honey Break, you got home on Monday.
Yeah.
Now you leave tomorrow for North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. I go pick up my dog.
Why's your dog in North Carolina?
Took her to training.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got Bonnie. She's a wired-haired pointing griffin. I don't need a duck dog. I don't need a hunting dog.
No.
I'm around some of the best hunting dogs in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a hunting dog. But what I do need is I need my companion.
Family dog.
Yep. And I need a I need my friend. I mean, he does get lonely. Like, I have plenty of friends there, but, you know, when you get back to your room, it's been a long day. You need a little bit of decompression. I'm a dog dude, and so that's what I want. I want Bonnie, the catering dog. And so she will be with me on the trailer, therapy dog. She will be with me on the trailer. She will be with me at the events, and I needed someone to train her to do that, to place, to hold steady, to do what other dogs don't. I need her to listen to anybody, if whatever. I don't need her to go anywhere. I want her to be steady. And so a friend of mine, Matt Neal, owns out of Pink Hill, North Carolina, owns a very well-known dog training facility in the, I guess be like outdoor dogs or whatever. I mean, it's a whole nother. If you get dog trainers, Jesus, I'm messing all this up. But anyways, he trains labs and all kinds of duck dogs. So I met him last year, and I'd been talking to him, and I just liked how he handled dogs. I liked how he taught dogs, his mind on why he does stuff and how he does stuff. Some people can be too aggressive. Bonnie's not like that. She's not an aggressive dog. And so I had to match her up with who I wanted to. So I dropped her off that mid-November. And so she's been there 3 months, and then I'm going to pick her up. So she's ready. And the premise behind that, besides hanging out with me and being able to be in my truck, like right now, she'd be right here. Like that's where and if you don't want me with my dog, then I don't need your money. Like that's where we're going, because I'll go somewhere that does. That's where we're at. So the beauty of that is I have this dream. It's on the old goal board at the house. So my wife is an occupational therapist, and I want to take my trailer and I want to take Bonnie because she needs this foundation. Bonnie needs this foundation to where she can go get her credentials as a therapy dog. Well, now if she does that, she can go to work with either me or my wife. So she can go do therapy with all the kids and all that other stuff, and I want that. But I want to tie this stuff back to the VA hospital and veterans, and I want to take my trailer. I want to cook some pork butt and a simple side, nothing big dishy, but I want to take my trailer. I want to go to the VA. I want to serve barbecue, and I want Kaylee and even other OTs so we can knock out a whole hospital really quick and other therapy dogs. But I want to go and just knock out a VA therapy with the dogs, feed them food, staff, everybody. I want to go to VA. I want to just keep doing VA.
You're a good guy, dude.
I appreciate that. But I can't see anything about veterans that no one else already says. But
yeah,
I mean, it just makes sense. There's too many people. There's too many roads that collide there, whether it be in the outdoor world with duck dogs and therapy dogs and people that train dogs and teach their dogs to place, don't bark, don't move because PTSD. And so there's all that stuff. So why not take it to the VA hospital and I'm the food? It gets all the marketing out there because let's not lie. It's not just for good. I mean, it is. I want to give back, but I also want to, I want to get our names out there.
You're all about just making someone feel good, whether it be through your personality, through your food, through your dog, through everything. You are a huge advocate for feel good.
Why not?
Yeah.
Life's too short, man.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're 44 years old and die from domestic violence. And that's how Mom died, domestic violence. So, she was a victim of domestic violence. And so that's on our heart too. We want to, out of the trailer, start giving back. I've saved some. I've been able to give back, but I want to start doing it more regular to a local domestic violence shelter. Shout out to me, get a hold of me, because you guys are hard to get a hold of, and rightfully so. They usually have to stay hidden, and they're not. But I also
plug your socials right now.
So you can get a hold of me, website, olbartsouthern.com. Instagram, that's probably where I'm most active, is Ol'Bart Likes, Likes, on Insta. And then on Facebook, it's Ol'Bart Southern Eats, or just Bart Likes, friend request, shout out, whatever.
Do you accept anybody on your Facebook page as a friend?
No, not necessarily. Mine, I do after I do a little bit of research, because I do post on that one. I post a little bit of my kids, whatever, and I don't want that. It's kind of weird.
We already know that from the beginning of the podcast.
Right.
I guess we could always help you out too, and if anybody reaches out to us,
absolutely,
we'll make sure to connect them to you. So.
And I don't know why there couldn't be an event. I mean, dude, the goal board is long, and I mean it because there's no reason to not do a benefit. There's no reason to not do private events. There's no reason to not do that. We all make a little money. It was worth the time, and we give back. Why not? So,
What's your 2 questions for you? Because we got to start wrapping this up.
Dang it.
It's a really good one, and we're going to have you back 100%.
Yeah.
2 questions for you. Number 1, what was your main frustration of 2020? Okay. And number 2, what is your goal from right now to 6 months from now?
So first answer, frustration of 2020. I don't really have any frustrations. The frustrations at the time was multiple things. I didn't know what to do, or I didn't see the future. Like, I was nervous. It was just nerves. And what if no one showed up to the trailer? I mean, my crew can say that, and you guys probably can't too, but my crew, I'd be like, well, we're going to open today, and hopefully someone shows up.
You called me numerous times saying, what do I do if nobody shows up? I said, bro, they're going to show up.
Yeah, but then now, though, if no one shows up, I'll just donate the food.
Right.
It's not that I'll take
You
it
have
to
a
the
purpose
fi-
now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I found my purpose.
Perfect.
Found my purpose.
That's great.
So, and that's what you have to do. If you're, I'm just 31 years old, but you have to find your purpose, or you're just gonna be spinning your wheels, and you're constantly gonna be looking for something, some self-satisfaction, whether that's booze or gaming or whatever. If that's what your purpose is, then burn all the other ships and push the ship that you're in. If that burn because and I'm talking to myself on this because I have 2 more ships, right? I got the railroad, or I got this, I got that. But we're fixing to get to a point where we're burning all the ships.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's nervous, that gets you scared. But at the same time, that's what's going to push you forward, because you don't have the weight of the other ones, because there's no other choice. You have to make it. And if you didn't make it, or you had a mistake, then that just means you tried. That's all it means.
Mm-hmm.
Switch it up. Yeah. Go get a real job for a minute, or whatever a real job is.
Right.
But so that the first frustrations of 2020 is just starting a new business, not knowing, but they didn't really turn into frustrations because of my wife, because of you, because of people from David, and my buddy Lou,
Andrew.
and people that were true friends that didn't judge me for calling and freaking out, or me blowing up their phone, because if you don't answer on the first time and I really need you, I'm going to continue to call you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, most people know me if I'm calling back to back. Even if it's like, hey man, I can't plug up my trailer. Like, it's like, whatever it is, like, I can freak out for no reason, but there's more behind. It's my brain's going nuts, and I just need some help, some focus there. So that's 2020. 6 months.
Give me a 6-month snapshot.
6 months. 6 months. 6 to 9 years. No, 6 months. I want a small brick and mortar, fast casual restaurant. Small. I want small, and then I want the trailer to be able to do more private events, because she's fixing to get wrapped out. I mean, she's fixing to get maxed out. So I don't know, a couple days of the trailer, but I want to focus on the brick and mortar. I want it to run hard. I want it to be the station.
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah, and I want it to be the hub, and then the trailer goes out from there. If we want our partners, our friends that we've made throughout these duck seasons, I start collecting, hey, come hang out at my place. Come shoot your stuff here. Whether it's, I'm not going to name drop, but these are good names. They're going to come, they're going to visit, but also for that foundational support that I need, because right now I'm having problems. Okay, should I go cook for Kid Rock this weekend, or should I go set up the food truck? I'm going to go to Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Well, but it's hard because you're not going to make the same amount of money.
Right.
But you're going to get the benefits, the marketing, and you're going to meet Kid Rock, right? Why not, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's hard because I'm still trying to pay bills at the house. So if I can get this brick and mortar going, that's where the jets circle, right? Then we go out, and it'll still run by itself. And then by the time I come back, okay, we're still good. We have the key players. I want my wife to also be able to not have to go to work every day at what she currently does.
I think you're kind of in the same boat, kind of where we're at. I mean, as far as, and I'm not going to talk about what we're doing because we talk about it all the time, but I think your head is in the right spot, and I think your head is where all our heads are. And I haven't even talked to you, bro. Like you don't even know what's going on over here. And to say that you just want a well-oiled machine, and you want to promote yourself, you want to promote your story, you want to promote your business, and I think that's a wonderful thing. And I everything that you've told me that you're going to do in the past year and a half, I've only known you maybe a year, so not a year and a half, 1 year. I mean, you've already crushed all those. So I think your head's in the right spot, man. I think, I love you. I don't know who else loves you, but I love you. I guarantee you this will have the most plays because you are the most interesting man, dude. You have a lot going for you. A lot. And
blessed. I got the good people behind me. I couldn't do it without a lot of people. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah. I can say the same. Me and you are one and the same. Because if I didn't have my team,
yeah,
especially Luke.
I don't know. I mean, that's what a lot of times I lean on you because if I do this station, not just this brick and mortar restaurant, because we still gonna sell out, we still gonna cook the certain amount of food, and it's gonna be the same thing. But if I can make that work, then I won't have to go 60 straight days away from my family.
Yeah.
I might go 2 weeks, then I'm home 1 week. 2 weeks home because we're going to shoot video. We're shooting footage. We're shooting with Realtree, Yeti, Federal. We're shooting with huge. There's no other food truck doing this. And you can try, but it ain't going to work. You can try. But
I love that you look straight into the camera while you said that.
I please come on with it. You can try, but it will not be the same.
Luke, not Luke. Bart. Sorry. I always forget these guys' names.
It happens.
I want to have you back, man.
Let's do it.
I don't even want to stop the conversation, but I feel like
no one's got me, and people probably already they're probably out,
No, we got some pretty loyal people, man. But I
think we ought to do a 6-month follow-up to
100%
keep you accountable for these goals. Because we can't just be setting willy-nilly goals, man.
No.
We got to achieve those ones.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Ol'Bart, southerneats.com. Ol'Bart likes on Instagram. I'll post the links. Dude, I love you, man. I'm so glad that you're home, even though you're leaving for a whole nother month.
I know, right?
But we got some pretty good things in the works.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm proud of you, dude. And
thank you.
It's good to have you home, and thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely, man. It's just the energy that comes from this place, Lean Feast, and even Lean Feast. Like, I get some of y'all, after liking some of y'all, I get some of them people that like what we got going on. So, I mean, it is it's different, but it's a family. It's food. People understand. And so I love you too, man. And I like the support because I need it. Because if I was just at home by myself, I wouldn't be able to get off the pot because I'd be pooping all the time.
Hot.
You helped me get off the pooper.
Hot steamers.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can help
dude,
you.
It's like,
I'm glad I can help you
it's
get
like
off
water
the
through a
toilet.
faucet, bro. It's not. There's no hot. No. It just. I don't know what's Metamucil. I don't know. Send the check.
Luke, you got anything for Ol'Bart?
Negative. I'm good.
Baked D's?
No, I love you, dude. Nothing.
Yo, Falcon. You got anything for Bart? He said, "Bring back the trailer."
Yeah.
Are we bringing it back? Are you bringing it back at least for a little bit?
Yeah, I will. After what we just discussed in there, I don't might be longer, but no, I'm shooting for March.
Okay.
And then it's a crazy part. I mean, we could keep going here because it's.
I know,
It's,
and I don't want to.
I know.
I want to save it.
But here's the thing: it's crazy because I want to come back in March, but we're already booked up. I got private events all booked up, and then we got weddings. We're all the way into the summer already booked up. I don't know what to do. And then we're going to be right back at duck season. I have a chance to go. Canada has a duck season too. So that's September, October, already booked. Boom, September, October. I don't think I'm going to do it though. I don't know because I think if we make the hub work, probably won't do Canada. I probably won't do Canada because, I mean, you're talking about leaving a lot of money on the table, but I'll give up the money on the table for a hub and more family. Because it's going to get to a point where I got to, because I missed my kids and my wife so much. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm setting all this up for them. If they don't want it, then fine. But if they want it, then let's go. You know what I mean? But I want to get my wife away from what she's doing. She can just do PRN work. But anyways, we'll keep it going. Because I'm telling you, it's all day.
I love you.
It's
dude.
all day.
You're just a genuine, humble individual that has a great story. I hope everybody liked that because that was, man, my eyes were just glued on you. You're entertaining to watch. You're entertaining to listen to. You got to, like I said,
beautiful.
You are pretty good looking.
Well, I mean, mom's local, so don't forget.
I love you, Bart Likes. Thanks for being on the podcast, man. And we're going to do a 6-month follow-up, if not sooner.
Yeah, I mean, it's next week. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll roll up.
Me and you got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Much
Thank
love.
you for having me on.
Bart's out. Harambe? Rar. Law dog.
Yeah.
Falcon. We're out.